Hi, welcome to Yomi. Tonight, I'm going to tell you one of my favorites urban legends, the Kisaragi Station. This story was born back in 2004 in a Japanese forum called Nichanneru, specifically in the thread post about strange occurrences around you. A user who went by the name of Hasumi posted a comment that would become one of the most unsettling and popular stories in Japan. Around 11:14 at night, Hasumi wrote the following. This may be just my imagination, but I've been riding the train I usually take for work and something's off. This train usually stops every 5 or 7 minutes at most, but this time it has kept going for 20 minutes straight. There are only 6 passengers including me, the rest are asleep. Some users started asking if by mistake she had taken the wrong one or a high-speed rail. She answered, "Well, as you said, there's a possibility that I've got on the wrong train. If something else weird happens, I'll let you know." A user suggested her to go to the lead carriage and ask the guard if the driver was okay. If something may have happened to him, it could be dangerous. After a while, Hasumi wrote again. I went to the lead carriage but couldn't find the driver nor the guard either. The cabin was covered by something black. I even knocked several times and got no reply. Another user asked for the train line she took and in which station she initially hoped. I got on the Shin Hamamatsu station, she replied, and added that the train had just gone into a tunnel. I always take this line to work and it had never gone into a tunnel before. If we take a look on Google Maps, we will notice that Shin Hamamatsu Station is located in Hamamatsu City, Shizuoka Prefecture. With this same information, the user soon realized that Hasumi had taken the Enshu railway line, a line that typically takes around 1 hour and a half to go from the first station to the last one. As it came out of the tunnel, the train began to slow down until it completely stopped. Hasumi wrote again, "The train has arrived at a station called Kisaragi. I've never heard this name before. Should I get off?" Guided by curiosity, some users encouraged her to get off, while others recommended to remain seated until reaching the final destination. After some minutes, a new comment appeared. I got off. It's an unmanned station. I crossed to the other platform looking for a timetable to take a train back, but there wasn't any. And when I tried to return to the train, it was already gone. When Hasumi left the station, she wrote the following. I went out to look for a taxi and found out that not only a station is empty, but also the surroundings. There is nothing, no people, no local businesses, absolutely nothing. Some suggestions were quick to appear, such as dialing 110, the emergency police number in Japan, or find the nearest police box and ask for help, or even if there is a telephone box nearby, looking up at the phone book for taxi companies. I already called my parents and asked them to pick me up. Nevertheless, my father said he has no idea where Kisaragi Station is and would look it up on a map. I'm really scared. At this point, the users in the forum began to act skeptical because no matter which browser they used or words they typed, they could not find a station by that name. However, Hasumi insisted she was right. She was completely sure that the name of the station is Kisaragi. When one of them tried to use Yahoo as an alternative, he found out something that left him terrified. While typing Kisaragi, the kanji of Oni appeared. Oni means demon. In Japanese language, there are 2 ways to read kanji. The first one, kunyomi, native Japanese reading, and onyomi, Chinese origin reading. Most of the time, this kanji is read as Oni, but when it's used to write words such as kimen, a double mask, the pronunciation is ki, the same ki as in Kisaragi. A user suggested that since it is a station, there should be houses nearby. What if she borrows someone's phone or asks for directions? Hasumi answered, There's really nothing nearby. All I can see are fields and mountains. But I think if I can find and follow the railroad track, I can get home, so I'll give it a try. Thank you everyone. Some may think I'm making this up, so for now I will just stop writing, and if by any chance something strange happens, I will come back for advice. People in the forum left cheering comments and want her to watch out the phone's battery. In an unmanned station and specifically during night hours, light may go out at any moment. Thus her phone was the only hope to not end up fully pitch black. 20 minutes passed until Hasumi wrote again. I was a little hesitant to call the police, but I finally did it. I called 110 and tried my hardest to explain my current situation, but they thought it was a prank and hung up on me. I can hear something like taiko drums in the distance as well as what I think are bells. I honestly don't know what to do anymore. A user immediately replied, "Go back to the station, Hasumi. If you get lost, going back to where you started is the best thing to do." She responded, "I'm so frightened, I don't even dare to look behind me. I do want to go back to the station, but I can't turn around." Another user wrote, "Just run for the tunnel and don't even think about looking back. The tunnel should be closer than you think." Soon after she wrote, "I heard someone behind me shout, 'Hey, it's dangerous to walk along the train tracks. Stop that.' I thought it might have been the station attendant, but when I turned around there was a man only with one leg standing about 10 meters. When I tried to get closer, he just disappeared. I'm so scared I cannot move a single muscle. I'm completely frozen, and to make things worse, the sound of taiko drums is getting closer and closer." Some users insisted that the best thing to do was to wait until dawn, and that she should have never left the station. Out of nowhere, one user commented something that made everyone's blood run cold. "Based on what you've been telling us, I'm afraid that you no longer belong to this world. You haven't realized yet, but you're already dead. Once you accept you have passed away, you'll be able to reincarnate." "I know I'm still alive," Hasumi replied. "I know it because of the wound I got when I fell. Besides, I'm carrying the heel of my shoe that was broken due to the fall." After 15 minutes that felt like an eternity, a new entry appeared. "I called my house again. My dad said he would call the police. The sound of taiko drums keeps getting closer." Somehow Hasumi kept walking until she was able to get to the tunnel entrance and wrote, "I made it to the entrance of the tunnel. At the top there's a sign that says Isakan, a name of a tunnel which also does not appear in any Japanese record. The sound of taiko drums intensifies again. I'll summon up some courage and head through the tunnel. If I make it out safe and sound, I'll post again." The chat was filled up with cheering comments wishing for her safety. After 25 minutes, Hasumi wrote again, "I'm out of the tunnel and I can see someone standing in the distance. It seems I was right to follow your advice. Thank you everyone. I've been crying so much that my face is all swollen up. I could even be mistaken for a monster." Comments of concern quickly showed up. "Wait, Hasumi. Keep away. Stop, I tell you. That's not good. Someone standing there at this time of night? That's suspicious." Hasumi replied, "Sorry for worrying you. This very kind person has offered me to give me a ride to the closest station. There's apparently something like a business hotel there. Thank you all so much. I also asked the man about the closest station and he responded it was Hina." The users became deeply worried by these words because what he just said was impossible. Hina Station is located more than 100 kilometers from Shinhamamatsu Station, the station where she originally departed. If we once again take a look on Google Maps, we will notice that there's a distance of 120 kilometers between these two, and more importantly, Hina Station is in a different city. A user commented that she should immediately get away from that man. Only a creep would be awake at this time and willing to give a ride to a complete stranger. Hasumi wrote, "We've been heading towards the mountains. As we went deeper into the woods, he said his car is closed. We just need to walk a little more. Nevertheless, I don't see a space for a car to park comfortably." I tried to talk to him, but got no answer. I can't imagine there's a place to leave a car there. He won't speak at all anymore. The users began to reply, "Hasumi, this is bad. Did you even tell your parents that you made it through the tunnel? Hasumi-san, please dial 110. Hasumi wrote, "I'm running out of battery. Things are getting strange. I look for my chance and run." He started mumbling nonsense to himself. "I'll make my move. Just in case, I will just turn off my phone." This was the last message from Hasumi. Since then, she never wrote again and never will, because Nichaneru does no longer exist, or at least not the original one. Nevertheless, I found a page that mimics what it used to look like, including important details such as date and time. Based on this, we can know how much time this story took and when the comments were posted. It was a total of 4 hours and 30 minutes in the very first message that was posted at 11:14 p.m. January the 8th to the last one at 3:44 a.m. January the 9th. I would like to know your thoughts below in the comments. Do you think this story was made up by someone with too much free time, or in fact they were the last messages of a lost girl who was just unlucky and entered in another dimension? If you have any horror story or have experienced something disturbing, do not hesitate to send me a message to this email. I will be more than glad to read your story and share it here in the channel. This is Yomi, and you may leave now.